Hey everybody, welcome to the workshop. Well, I finally got to do it. I finally got to move, so I'm in a whole new house. It means a whole new shop with whole new things to do. So it's going to be a fun ride, and I hope y'all will come right along with me as I get to build out this house and doing all the things I'm doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of shop projects, building things, and doing some DIY projects. To get everything started, I've got a DIY project in the form of this right here. What is this? This is a cartridge for a shower valve. And so when I moved into this house, you always have to do an inspection, and the inspector pointed out a couple little things. This is one of those things. The shower head is leaking. It's not bad, but you don't want your shower head to leak for two reasons. One, because, hey, you're going to end up wasting water, and two, you could end up with mold and mildew because the floor is not going to dry out properly. So the first thing I'm going to do moving into this new house is changing out the shower valve. So stick with me and learn how to do it today on Adam's Workshop. All right, first thing up on the list is to shut the water off. Now, there's usually two places you can do this. You can do this at the water heater, but if you can't reach it or it doesn't have valves on it for some reason, you can always do it down close to the road. That's what I'm going to show you now. So come with me. This is the water meter, and if you take this off, you can see your water meter here, and right down here is your shut-off valve. Now I've already shut it off, but all you're going to do is turn it till the position where, in this case, there's a hole here that you could actually lock this out, and that's all you got to do to shut the water off. All right, now that we have the water shut off, now we're in the bathroom ready to take care of business. First thing we're going to do is, in a lot of cases, you can feel around and feel that there'll be a set screw up underneath here. In this particular case, there's not. What we have to do is we have to shut off the water, or take off the handle. So in this case, it unscrews. The next thing is, the set screw is actually on the inside. I don't know how well that you could see this, but right inside of there is the set screw that we have to take out. So that's the next step, is we just unscrew the set screw just a little ways. You don't take it all the way out, and the knob pulls off. And now you can see the outer part of the cartridge here. So to make this easier, in a lot of cases you don't have to. The next part is to take off this ring. However, I find it a little bit easier to take off this, so that way I'm not rubbing against both of those. So there's just two screws to take out, and we'll do that. Now the cover plate just pulls right off. So now the next thing to do is to pull off this ring, and it just slides right on out. Next thing to do in order to free the cartridge is this ring right here. Sometimes you might need a set of pliers to get it off. I'm just going to try my hand. And I'm lucky it wasn't too hard to take off. Now I've already turned on the water valves in other places in the house to make sure the pressure is bled off. So now that the retaining ring is pulled off, now we should just be able to pull it out. Just wiggling it back and forth and pulling as we go. There's some water coming out. I'm just holding it over to the side so that way the water can drain out so it doesn't shoot all over my camera. Whew, this thing's a little rough. And there it is. Not a whole lot to it. Pretty simple design. Now, after just cleaning it out a little bit, just inspecting it, just to make sure you don't see anything abnormal, now we should be able to put the new one back in. Now, when it comes to these, the manufacturer puts a little H on there. See if I can get it in there to focus. It's hard to see, but it's in the manufacturer's instructions. You want the H, when you're looking at it this way, you want the H to go to the left. There's also little tabs right here that will fit into these notches, so that way you can't get it off. So you check the new O-rings, make sure there's not any damage to them, make sure your H is on the left, and then we slide it back into place. To make the process a little bit easier, you can put some of this silicone grease on the O-rings, and that'll help this to slide in real well. Now, there is this adjustment right here on here, and what this is for is so that way, say if somebody flushes the toilet or something like that, you don't get this burst of hot water by accident. So you can pull this and turn it left or right to give it more cool or hotter water. So for me, I'm just going to leave it a little bit more towards the hotter side. I don't have elderly or children with me, and I want a little bit more hot water. So I've got it now adjusted where I want it. So now we just put it back together. All right, the project is complete and everything has gone well. There's no leaks and the faucet is working just as it should. The model number on this is an RP46074. It's a Delta, and I've had to change out other types as well, and some of them are fairly similar, but the cartridge style is really nice. You just pop it in there, you pop it right back out, and works pretty well. It almost seems like somebody was actually thinking for a change when they designed it, so that way it could be serviced easily. So everything is going good, and hopefully this will give you the opportunity to, or the understanding of what you're doing, so that way you can do it yourself instead of hiring a plumber. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see y'all next time in the workshop.